Nathan starts this hour off in South Dakota. Hi, Nathan. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave and Rachel. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
Yeah, so I'm a 22-year-old farmer, and I recently, in an attempt to grow my operation, bought a piece of land. So between the land loan and an operating loan, I have about $500,000 in debt. So the land loan is $475,000, and it was just a couple months ago that I bought that. And it's just starting to set in now. I'm going to be paying this off for the next 30 years, and I guess I just wanted to get your input on what the best way to tackle that would be.
That scares me to death. Does it not scare
you?
you?
It is.
My chest is tight, and I don't owe the money.
Yeah.
Wow, man. You're not freaked out at all?
Well, I am. I mean, farmland is terribly expensive, and it's always, I've always been taught by my dad and other farmers that you just have to start somewhere and, start paying some land down. And
so your dad's suggestion is at 22 years old that you go $500,000 in debt. He endorsed this plan.
Yes, he did.
Wow. Okay. I'm not sure that we have any answers for you, to be honest with you, Nathan.
Well, are you going to be, I guess your plan is to farm the land and make an income off of that, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
What do you anticipate the income being?
Yeah.
Well, it varies a lot. The farm economy has gotten worse the past few months, and right now it's looking like the profit from the land won't quite make the payment. So about $25,000 is what I think the profit will be off this year. The payment each year is $40,000. But on the better years, it could make its own payment, possibly.
Yeah.
So you bought a business for $500,000 at 22 years old that loses money this year and on a good year breaks even.
Well, I have other land that I'm renting from.
I know, but did you not hear what I just said?
Yes.
That's just dumb. Okay? That doesn't make any sense at all. But because you're a farmer, you think it's okay. It's not okay. That's not good math. That's not good business. Farming is a business. It should be a profitable business, and the way you engage in it must be profitable. You have to create a profit and loss statement, and you have to actually create revenue in excess of your expenses. And you put so much debt service on yourself, you can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nathan, the extreme, decision here would be, could you sell it? Is there a possibility? Are there buyers?
Why would you want to work for 30 years for zero money?
Well,
and all you do is clear a piece of ground when you're done.
Because he's 22 and he's a second-gen farmer,
I know,
third-gen.
but I'm just saying, the logic of this is that by your dad suggesting this is baffling, that you're going to work for zero profit for the next 30 years and your net result is you clear a piece of ground. That's not logical. I mean, I love real estate. I love farming. I love farmers. But this it doesn't make sense. So something you guys have to back up from this a little bit and figure out a different approach to create a profitable business, or you need to get out of this before you get foreclosed on.
Right.
Because what's going to happen is if you borrow $30,000 to cover your losses this year, now you're 23 and you owe more on the ground than it's worth.
Yes, that's right.
And then the next year, we hope to break even.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry. I don't want to be mean to you at all. I have a tremendous respect for how hard you work. I have tremendous respect for the fact that a small percentage of Americans
Yeah.
feed all of the rest
Yes,
of us.
yes.
And but that does not mean that. But this is not sustainable.
But we're not
for
going to
you.
justify it for you, Nathan. I mean,
I
you
want-
want to be able to sleep at night.
I want
and
you
you've
to
set
win.
yourself up.
I want you. If you told me you're a brain surgeon and you were breaking even, I would tell you not to be a brain surgeon. You know, if you told
Right.
me you were
Yep.
and brain surgery, believe me, if I'm going to get operated on, I'd like a good brain surgeon around. If I want some food on my table, I'd like a good farmer like you out there working. Man, I appreciate who you are. And so I'm all about you winning at this. I want you to be profitable. If you told me you could make $1 million a year being a farmer, I'd be proud for you. I'd want you to do that.
Okay.
You know, I mean, so this is not me hating on, but this idea that but I got to tell you, man, I've worked with farmers for a long time, 30 years, and a lot of them carry on and gripe about me because I tell them not to borrow $500,000 on a combine. But there's this romanticism with farming that says, oh, the math doesn't apply because I'm a farmer. Well, math does apply. It applies in every dadgum business.
And it's the same philosophy we use for any other business.
It applies
And
if
it
you're
applies
running
if-
a nonprofit church serving Jesus.
And it applies if you live in California and want to buy a house, right? Like
Yeah.
oh, it is just the math. It's the math.
It's
And
what brings
focusing
a
on.
blessing to your life, and that's our goal here. And I wish I had a magic wand. Mine's low on batteries that could make this deal work. I don't know how this deal works unless you could tell me you can make $100,000 a year profit instead of losing money the first year and maybe the second year and maybe the third year and ending up owing $100,000 more within a couple of years on this property than it's worth. And that's not a plan. So
what would you say? Sell it?
that or rework the business model. I mean, if I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his crop rotation is. I don't know what his particular crop choice is. I don't know, what he's looking at. Why you're going into a business that at 22 that you're planning to lose money.
Well, it could be the crop. I mean, it could be the weather, the crop. I mean, that's the hard thing about agriculture.
The farm economy, depending on which segment we're talking about, is struggling.
Yeah.
I don't argue that point either. But you can't just, you can't open a restaurant and lose money.
Yeah.
The first year and the second year and owe so much that you can't pay your payments. That's why it doesn't work in any business. And I wish I could make this better for you. But you've got to either rework your business approach to this, or you need to look at getting this sold before you get yourself bankrupted by your dad's horrible advice. This is The Ramsey Show.